be America's sweetheart.
Kiss Herman.
Ain't you even gonna ask me what the great idea is?
In 1965, a 2,000-year-old Jeannie crossed paths with an astronaut, leading to a beloved TV show that captivated viewers from 1965 to 1970. Barbara Eden brought the enchanting character of Jeannie to life, showcasing her playful charm and magical abilities. Larry Hagman portrayed Tony Nelson, the astronaut whose life was forever changed by Jeannie's presence. Their unique dynamic combined humor, romance, and fantasy, creating a captivating narrative that became a staple of television comedy. As the seasons progressed, the show's popularity soared, largely due to the chemistry between Eden and Hagman. However, by the end of the series, certain elements would lead to a shift, ultimately bringing the iconic show to its close, marking the end of an era in sitcom history. The final events set in motion a shift in creative direction and audience preferences that would change the landscape of television comedy forever.
Wonderful girl. Yeah, Jeannie, you're marvelous.
Now she will leave you alone.
I certainly...
As the series progressed, the dynamic between Barbara Eden and Larry Hagman captivated audiences, drawing them into a magical world where a genie and an astronaut shared a unique bond. However, the show faced a sudden decline when a particular scene displeased fans. Viewers began to feel that the essence of the characters was being compromised, which shifted their interest away from the charming antics of Jeannie and her master, Major Nelson. The chemistry that once shone brightly between Eden and Hagman became strained, leading many to feel disconnected from the storyline. Fans who were once engaged began to lose faith in the direction of the series. Once the spark between the lead characters faded, it became harder for audiences to remain invested in their adventures. Consequently, despite once being a beloved program, the show met an untimely end, leaving fans longing for the playful energy that had initially drawn them to I Dream of Jeannie.
Intelligent to make a model as beautiful as that. I didn't make it. I just fixed it.
During the early stages of the iconic series, Barbara Eden skillfully concealed her pregnancy through the first 10 episodes. Even while wearing costumes that were noticeably scanty, her baby bump remained unnoticeable, showcasing her dedication to her role as Jeannie. The show was gaining a significant following, combining elements of comedy and fantasy that captivated audiences. However, as the series progressed, the reality of Eden's pregnancy could no longer be hidden. The atmosphere on set began to shift, with rumors circulating among the cast and crew. As tensions rose, an unexpected turn of events occurred when a guard informed Larry Hagman, who played Major Nelson, that the show was facing cancellation. This revelation was particularly striking because neither Barbara Eden nor her fellow cast members received any official notification about the cancellation directly from the producer or any other higher-ups, leaving them blindsided and confused. Amid the show's success, uncertainty loomed over the sets. But the legacy of I Dream of Jeannie remains vibrant in television history, filled with laughter and magic.
Sir, that this is a very small room. However, with our various devices, we're able to simulate...
The lion served as a big attraction in I Dream of Jeannie, bringing dynamic energy to the set. Its behavior was fascinating. It reacted differently to the cast members. For instance, it greeted Larry Hagman, who played Major Nelson, with loud roars, showcasing a more intense and powerful presence. On the other hand, it got along well with Barbara Eden, who portrayed Jeannie. This contrast added an amusing element to the show, creating memorable moments for both the audience and the cast. Furthermore, the introduction of the theme song marked a significant change in the series. The catchy tune became popular among viewers and was introduced at the start of the second season. Notably, this season also brought a vibrant change as the show transitioned from black and white to color. This colorful presentation, along with the upbeat theme song, contributed to the series' charm and popularity, distinguishing it from its earlier episodes in a remarkable way. The combination of these elements made I Dream of Jeannie a beloved classic in television history, leaving a lasting impression on audiences.
This is Major Gregorian. This is my wife, Jeannie.
Oh, I'm very pleased to meet you.
It is my great pleasure.
Despite the charm and humor of I Dream of Jeannie, there was considerable tension regarding the character's romantic storyline. Barbara Eden, who played Jeannie, felt strongly against the idea of her character marrying Tony. She believed that the dynamic of a magical being interacting with a human was crucial to the show's appeal. The underlying sexual tension between a genie and a human was a significant part of the attraction for viewers. Eden thought that if the marriage happened, it would dilute these elements and lead to a decline in interest from the audience. The creators initially envisioned a different storyline for Jeannie. In the original plan, Jeannie was meant to be a mortal woman who would refuse a marriage proposal from a blue djinn. After her rejection, she would be transformed into a genie and confined to a bottle. This twist added an interesting dimension to her character, highlighting themes of desire and consequence. However, as the series progressed, the focus shifted towards more light-hearted adventures and comedic situations, leaving behind the deeper plot threads originally intended. The show's evolution reflects both the challenges and creative decisions involved in balancing character development with audience expectations, shaping a sitcom that became iconic in its own right.
I will have some more of that pie.
Oh, darling.
The first season of I Dream of Jeannie marked a significant moment in television history, as it was the last black and white show to appear on the network. This show, which featured a charming blend of comedy and fantasy, focused on the humorous interactions between an astronaut named Tony Nelson and the enchanting Jeannie, played by Barbara Eden. As the series unfolded, it became clear that the creative minds behind it had to navigate stringent censor rules regarding what could be portrayed on screen. At that time, the generation of viewers was not yet ready for explicit romantic scenes or any portrayal that suggested hanky-panky outside of marriage. Consequently, these constraints had the writers crafting clever scenarios where Jeannie would often leave the room when things began to heat up, cleverly maintaining a sense of innocence and charm without crossing the lines imposed by the censors. This quirky approach contributed to the show's unique charm. The interactions between Tony and Jeannie emphasized humor and imagination while sidestepping the more adult themes that were not deemed suitable for family viewing. Thus, the playful escapades of Tony and Jeannie not only entertained audiences, but also reflected the limitations and expectations of television's past, making I Dream of Jeannie a memorable part of pop culture history. Eden played the role of Jeannie's twin sister, and this character brought a twist to the storyline. The evil twin created a lot of trouble, making the plot more exciting. Her schemes often put Jeannie and her friends in difficult situations. Despite all this chaos, Eden's portrayal was captivating. In her performance, she managed to bring out the contrast between the good Jeannie and her mischievous twin. As challenging as the character was, Eden held her own through every scene. This unique dynamic added depth to the show and sparked viewers' imaginations. Additionally, Eden's ability to connect with animals added another layer to her character. While many would find the roar of a lion frightening, she showed remarkable ease around these creatures. Instead of fleeing in fear, Eden approached the lion with calmness, petting it as if it were an ordinary house cat. Her fearlessness when dealing with such wild animals portrayed a different kind of charm and strength. This connection created memorable moments both in the series and among fans. The combination of her twin's mischief and her natural connection to animals helped define Eden's duality in I Dream of Jeannie, making her an unforgettable part of the show.
Thank you. Yo, Jeannie, if you're gonna be here, huh?
Filming took place in various locations that helped bring the magical world of I Dream of Jeannie to life. Malibu on Zuma Beach served as the picturesque setting for a deserted island in the South Pacific. Despite being filmed in the cold of winter, the beauty of the location made a lasting impression on the cast, particularly Barbara Eden, who played Jeannie. She found the experience so enjoyable that it became her favorite episode of the show. The warmth and charm of the beach provided a perfect backdrop for the whimsical adventures of Jeannie and her master, Major Nelson. Besides the beach, filming utilized many California landmarks, such as the iconic Hollywood Hills. These locations allowed the series to capture both the magical and everyday aspects of life, making it relatable and enchanting for viewers. The combination of stunning natural scenery and recognizable landmarks contributed significantly to the show's appeal.
They talk about raptures in the deep, and
Questions about the nature of Jeannie's relationship with Tony often came up during the show's run. The lively exchanges between the two characters showed a dynamic that was both playful and flirtatious. Larry Hagman, who played Tony Nelson, once humorously remarked about how this beautiful woman kept making advances at him. He frequently used his career as an excuse to sidestep her attempts while portraying a character who remained focused on his work. This playful tension added an interesting layer to the show, especially when paired with the comedic elements of Jeannie's magical antics. Over time, the costs of creating her iconic look became apparent. Jeannie's unique harem costumes often bore the brunt of her magical antics, leading to constant wear and tear. The heels she wore contributed to the damage, with only a few outfits surviving by the end of the series. This behind-the-scenes reality not only affected wardrobe choices, but also added a whimsical touch to the show's production stories.
Right here, in a nutshell.
Would you tell it to me?
Well, we have to have an agreement.
The bottle from My Dream of Jeannie has become an iconic piece of television history, capturing the imagination of viewers for years. Its design is unremarkable in appearance, but it holds a special place in the hearts of fans. After the series ended, the bottle found its way into a bank vault for safekeeping. This demonstrates its value beyond just being a prop. It became a cherished artifact of pop culture. Eventually, the bottle made its way to the Smithsonian, where it can be appreciated by many. Looking closer at its construction, the bottle itself was a simple Jim Beam decanter. There was nothing advanced or extraordinary about it. Its charm lay in the hand-painted decorations that added character and whimsy. The simplicity of the design contributes to its allure, showing that sometimes less is more. As viewers remember Jeannie and her magical adventures, the bottle serves as a reminder of the show's impact. It continues to be a nostalgic symbol of creativity and fun.
I have seen your magic, and you need all the help you can get.
The censorship rules around the show allowed for cleavage to be shown, but not belly buttons, which left many scratching their heads trying to understand the reasoning. This inconsistency in television regulations seemed odd to viewers and producers alike. They questioned the logic behind showing a bit more skin on top, while covering up what many would argue should be considered less provocative. Despite the confusion, the show ran successfully and became a cherished classic. Following its conclusion, in a typical Hollywood practice of the time, the entire set was set ablaze. This was a common occurrence because it was often too costly to store or dismantle sets, not to mention the expense of selling off structural items and props. The decision to burn sets reflects a different era in television and film production. While audiences fondly remember the magical moments of I Dream of Jeannie, the practical side of show business was often much less glamorous. The combination of the series' unique approach to censorship and the fate of its sets tells a story of creativity constrained by the standards of the time. The legacy of the show lives on, though, as it remains a topic of discussion and nostalgia among fans.
Here.
Major Nelson is sleepwalking. He's been sleepwalking.
Sleepwalking in our house?
The fake wedding staged by NBC became a significant turning point for the series I Dream of Jeannie. This publicity stunt, intended to boost the show's visibility and viewership, ultimately backfired. Fans and critics alike viewed the event as a desperate attempt to keep the show's declining ratings afloat. The elaborate charade did not resonate well with the audience, leading to a decrease in interest. As a result, the series ended shortly after the wedding event, leaving viewers disappointed as they had grown fond of the whimsical tale of a charming astronaut and his mischievous Jeannie. Despite its early cancellation, I Dream of Jeannie left a notable mark on pop culture. The show's unique premise and characters inspired Hanna-Barbera to create a cartoon titled Jeannie. This animated series ran for 2 years, capturing the imagination of a new generation and serving as a testament to the lasting intrigue of Jeannie lore and the enchanting adventures that had originally captivated audiences. The connection between the live-action series and the animated adaptation showcases how even a show that faced challenges in its original run could find new life and continue to entertain viewers through different formats.
Well, gentlemen, anything happened?
Not a thing, Doctor. Clean as a whistle. But I saw it in Major Nelson.
It wasn't Bewitched that sparked the idea for the beloved series I Dream of Jeannie, but rather the 1954 film The Brass Bottle, featuring the same actress, Barbara Eden. This film introduced the concept of a magical being offering whimsy and adventure through her interactions with a human character. When I Dream of Jeannie first aired in 1965, it brought a similar premise to television, where a charming astronaut, Tony Nelson, discovers a beautiful Jeannie in a bottle. The initial decision to keep the show in black and white stemmed from the challenges of recreating the unique special effects necessary to portray Jeannie's magical smoke and transformations in color. The visual effects were tricky at that time, making it difficult for producers to achieve the desired magical feel. However, as technology progressed and color television became more mainstream, the series transitioned to color in later seasons, which allowed audiences to fully appreciate Jeannie's enchanting world. This change enhanced the visual storytelling and further contributed to the show's popularity.
Sure. If I see him, I'll give you a ring. Okay, bye.
While discussing cultural influences, one notable aspect of I Dream of Jeannie is its interaction with other shows. For instance, The Monkeys at Work featured characters who occasionally referenced the iconic Jeannie. This cross-referencing served to connect the two shows in the minds of viewers, and emphasized how I Dream of Jeannie had become part of the television landscape at the time. In addition to these references, the show had a memorable guest appearance by Phil Spector, a prominent music producer known for his distinctive sound. His involvement came before his later legal troubles, including a murder conviction that would overshadow his previous accomplishments. In that particular episode, Jeannie makes an effort to become a singer, showcasing her capabilities beyond just granting wishes. This plot not only highlights her character's aspirations, but also reflects the influence and reach of television at that time. The connections and performances brought a unique blend of music and comedy to the audience, solidifying I Dream of Jeannie as a beloved classic. I Dream of Jeannie debuted on television on September 19, 1967. The story follows Tony Nelson, a NASA astronaut who discovers a mysterious bottle after landing on a remote island. When Tony opens the bottle, he is surprised to find Jeannie, a beautiful Jeannie who had been trapped for over 2,000 years. Their relationship develops as he tries to hide her existence from the outside world, leading to many humorous situations. Jeannie quickly falls in love with Tony and uses her magical powers to create chaos and comedy in his life. This blend of romance and fantasy kept viewers entertained for years. However, the show's cancellation was abrupt and surprising. The turning point came after one particular scene that did not resonate well with the audience, leading to a loss of interest. Many fans were left disappointed, feeling that their beloved characters had not received a proper conclusion, making the show's end feel abrupt.
And before you snatched me away from him.
Funky Nelson?
NBC chose to stage a fake wedding between Barbara Eden and Larry Hagman just before the airing of an episode where their characters would marry. This decision came as a surprise to many fans and was not well received. Viewers felt that the staged event overshadowed the storyline and took away from the charm of the show. As ratings began to drop due to this strategy, the series lost its place in the hearts of its audience. The show's humor and whimsical charm had previously captured the attention of many, but as viewer loyalty waned, so did the show's ratings. With a decline that pushed it out of the top 30 shows on television, NBC ultimately decided to cancel I Dream of Jeannie. It was a vivid example of how network decisions can dramatically impact a show's success, and how the connection between the audience and the storyline can be fragile. The ending of this beloved series marked a significant moment in television history, reminding fans of the unpredictable nature of show business.
Hold on. Well, let's not get carried away. Let's not put it too far out in the country. Maybe we could...
Following the wedding episode of I Dream of Jeannie, the ratings began to decline steadily. Viewers who had enjoyed the light-hearted charm of the show seemed to lose interest after major plot developments like the marriage between Jeannie and Tony. In the changing landscape of television during the late 1960s and early 1970s, audiences were drawn to new formats and themes, which contributed to the show's decreasing popularity. NBC ultimately made the decision to cancel the series in 1970. The cancellation did not completely end the story, however, as I Dream of Jeannie returned with 2 TV movies. Notably, these films were produced without Larry Hagman, who played the role of Tony Nelson. Despite this change, fans were delighted to see their favorite characters again. Moreover, Barbara Eden, who portrayed Jeannie, received critical acclaim for her role. Her performance earned her 2 Golden Globe nominations, highlighting her talent and the impact of the character she brought to life on screen. Viewers appreciated the whimsical nature of the show, and even as it faced challenges, its legacy continued in various forms.
Get away with it.
Goodbye, Master.
While on the show, her first husband Michael Ansara portrayed the Blue Djinn and took on the role of a villain, adding an intriguing layer to the storyline. The series also featured Paul Lynde, an entertainer known for his witty humor and memorable performances, who appeared in both I Dream of Jeannie and the iconic show Bewitched. This connection hints at a shared comedic style and a blend of magic and reality that characterized both series. Following his time in I Dream of Jeannie, Larry Hagman continued to shine in the television landscape, gaining immense popularity in the role of J.R. Ewing in Dallas, a character that became synonymous with the show, and added a new dimension to television drama. Beyond Dallas, Hagman also appeared in Nip Tuck, where he showcased his versatility, and in The Simpsons, where his humor was celebrated in animated form. Each of these roles contributed to Hagman's legacy as a beloved figure in television history.
We'll just have to act natural and pretend that they're there.
Yes, master.
And don't let them drink any more wine.
No, master.
All right, that ought to do it.
Throughout the years, Bill Daly, who played the charming and comedic character Major Roger Healy in I Dream of Jeannie, made a name for himself in other television series. Notably, he appeared in the Bob Newhart Show as Howard Borden, a fun and quirky character, bringing his signature humor to the role. Additionally, Daly found himself in another beloved series, Alf, where he played a recurring character in the early 1990s. His comedic timing and likable persona continued to endear him to audiences long after I Dream of Jeannie ended. On the other hand, William Rourke, who portrayed the dignified Dr. Wilfred Bellows, had roots in theater and displayed his talents on the stage prior to joining the cast of this iconic series. Despite a successful career, Rourke's life took a tragic turn when he passed away several years later, after making a brief appearance in a reunion movie in 1985. The contributions of both actors have left a lasting impression on the world of television, honored fondly by fans of the series.
It's all a bad dream.
Inspired by a famous 1854 ballad, I Dream of Jeannie captivated audiences with its whimsical charm and comedic flair. The show focused on the delightful interactions between an astronaut, Major Nelson, and the enchanting Jeannie, who was played by Barbara Eden. The title itself echoes the classic tune Jeannie with the Light Brown Hair by Stephen Foster, drawing a connection between the lighthearted nature of the show and its historical roots. Building on its popularity, Barbara Eden reprised her role in a Very Brady sequel, further endearing herself to fans and creating a nostalgic link to the original series that shaped American comedy in the 1960s. The chemistry between Eden and Larry Hagman extended beyond I Dream of Jeannie, as both stars found themselves on the set of Dallas, demonstrating their lasting appeal in the television landscape. This crossover reinforced the cultural significance of their characters and highlighted the enduring legacy of their performances. The blend of magic, romance, and humor in I Dream of Jeannie continues to resonate with audiences, reminding them of a time when television was filled with pure imagination and delight.
Suppose you want an explanation.
Eden's appearances extended beyond I Dream of Jeannie to notable roles in TV reunion movies, along with parts in series like Dallas, Valley of the Dolls, and Harper Valley PT. His unusual personality traits and quirks led to him being affectionately referred to as the Mad Monk of Malibu, a nickname that captured his unique charm and playful nature. His character, which was a blend of whimsy and warmth, resonated with audiences and contributed to his lasting legacy in television. Interestingly, the influence of I Dream of Jeannie reached into other popular shows, including Charmed. An episode titled I Dream of Phoebe paid homage to the classic series by mimicking the iconic costumes that define Jeannie's character. This connection highlights how influential I Dream of Jeannie was in shaping the landscape of television and maintaining relevance even decades later through various adaptations and references in contemporary media. The playful spirit of the show continues to inspire and evoke nostalgia for fans.
Than dead.
Oh, I should hope so. Not good thinking, Wong.
So helps me with the teeth.
Wong.
Set against the backdrop of the space race, I Dream of Jeannie, which first aired in 1965, became a beloved show known for its comedy and fantasy elements. The story revolves around an astronaut named Tony Nelson, who discovers a beautiful genie named Jeannie. Their adventures often blend elements of humor and magic, making it a charming watch for all ages. However, a notable detail arose regarding the authenticity of the locations depicted in the show. While the story presents NASA astronauts working in Florida, the real hub of NASA's astronaut training and operations during that time was actually in Texas. This geographical discrepancy did not hinder the show's popularity, but it did draw the curiosity of viewers who followed the space program. Jeannie is often shown helping Tony navigate challenges, reflecting the carefree spirit of the 1960s, while subtly alluding to the complexities of life as an astronaut. The charming dynamics between Tony and Jeannie offered a light-hearted take on the pressures faced by those involved in the space race. The whimsical nature of the series allowed audiences to escape reality while also tapping into the era's fascination with space exploration. The show's humorous twist on the life of a NASA astronaut allowed viewers to engage with themes of ambition and unexpected consequences in a fun and entertaining way. The blend of fantasy, humor, and the alluring world of space travel made I Dream of Jeannie a lasting classic that remains fondly remembered in television history. The contrast between the show's fictional setting and the actual realities of NASA's operations added an intriguing layer to its narrative. This made I Dream of Jeannie an enduring piece of pop culture that captured the imaginations of its viewers.
Here, you open this, I'll get the door. No, I'll get it. Major Nelson. Here, come on out, Major Nelson.
As we wrap up this engaging look into the enchanting world of I Dream of Jeannie, you may be wondering what became of the iconic cast after the final credits rolled. With unforgettable performances that captivated audiences, the journey of each actor did not end with the show's conclusion. Many went on to explore remarkable careers, facing unique challenges and opportunities that defined their next chapters. Did Barbara Eden take flight into new roles, and what secret tricks did she keep up her sleeve? How did Larry Hagman, known for his playful charm, navigate the complex paths of Hollywood stardom? The stories behind the scenes are just as enchanting as the magic depicted on screen. Join us as we unveil the intriguing tales of what happened to these beloved characters and the talented actors who brought them to life, revealing the twists and turns of their lives in the years that followed.
Oh, they're all so friendly.
Yes, aren't they? What about lunch? Lunch.
Michael Ansara brought a captivating presence to his role as the Blue Djinn in the 1965 series I Dream of Jeannie. His unique portrayal of the mischievous yet enigmatic character added depth to the show and showcased his considerable talent. Ansara's striking features and commanding voice made him a memorable figure in this fantasy-filled sitcom. After the show's run, he continued acting, taking roles in various television series and films, including a notable appearance in the Star Trek franchise as the Klingon Commander King. Despite his professional successes, Ansara faced significant personal struggles. His marriage to actress Barbara Eden, which captured the public's imagination, ended in a tumultuous divorce, exposing the complexities of celebrity life. Ansara also confronted challenges with depression, particularly after the death of his second wife, leading to a reclusive period in his later years. He passed away in 2018, leaving behind a legacy marked by both artistic accomplishments and personal trials. His last years were spent away from the spotlight, and details about them remain limited.
At home?
No, we are all alone.
Oh, splendid.
Do you like that?
Barbara Eden became a cultural icon as Jeannie in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie, captivating audiences with her enchanting performance as a mischievous yet loving Jeannie. The role defined her career, but the years that followed were marked by personal struggles. After the show ended, Eden faced challenges in transitioning to other acting roles, often being typecast due to her most famous character. She dealt with the pressures of Hollywood alongside the grief of losing her first husband, who died of a drug overdose. Eden also weathered a tumultuous marriage to actor Michael Ansara, marked by constant media scrutiny and personal issues, leading to their separation. Despite these hardships, she persevered in her career, appearing in various TV shows and films, including guest spots on popular series. Recently, Barbara Eden has made occasional public appearances and remains a beloved figure. Information about her daily life has become sparse, but she continues to resonate with fans.
No, I don't want you to blink anything ever again. You understand that? I want you to sit right down here. You are my wife.
Jackie Coogan portrayed Suleiman in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie, embodying the role of a mystical character with a complex background. With his theatrical experience and charisma, Coogan brought depth to Suleiman, a genie who had ties to otherworldly powers and ancient traditions. The show marked a return to television for Coogan, a star who had not only captivated audiences as a child actor, but also faced a tumultuous adulthood. Born in 1914, Coogan was once one of Hollywood's brightest young stars, famously known for his role in Charlie Chaplin's film The Kid. However, fame came with significant pitfalls, including a bitter court battle with his mother and stepfather over his earnings. This scandal, often referred to as the Coogan Act, aimed to protect child actors from exploitation. Coogan's adult career was marred by further challenges, including personal struggles with finances and the painful loss of his son in a tragic accident. In his later years, Coogan's health and financial stability continued to decline, leading him to make appearances in various television shows and films, but the magic of his early career was long gone. Jackie Coogan passed away in 1984, leaving behind a legacy that was both celebrated and shadowed by the complexities of his life journey. Despite these adversities, he remains a significant figure in cinematic history. Last known updates indicate that, while his impact in film is often overshadowed by personal trials, his contributions to the industry are still acknowledged today.
Was about 6 inches long, had blonde hair, and was wearing a black dress.
J. Pat O'Malley played the role of Judge Elroy Miller in the 1965 TV series I Dream of Jeannie, a character who brought a mix of legal seriousness and comedic charm to the show. Though his role was not a central one, Judge Miller stood out as an embodiment of the authority figures that interacted with the main characters. O'Malley's portrayal of Miller highlighted the absurdity of the situations that Jeannie and her owner, Tony Nelson, found themselves in, balancing the bizarre elements of the story with a touch of legal realism. Beyond this role, O'Malley's career was filled with supporting parts in a variety of television shows, and he became a familiar face in American households. His acting was not limited to sitcoms, as he had notable appearances in dramas and films throughout the 1950s and 1960s. However, O'Malley's career was not without its personal struggles. His life took a darker turn when he became involved in a scandal during the late 1960s. Allegations of inappropriate behavior and a complicated personal life overshadowed his professional achievements. Details of these events remain murky, but they painted a picture of a man wrestling with demons both publicly and privately. As time passed, O'Malley's personal life continued to unravel, and he faced significant hardships. His career slowly faded as the public became more focused on his private affairs. He eventually retreated from the limelight, and few details emerged about his life in the years following his departure from television. The last known information about O'Malley suggests that he lived out his final years in relative obscurity, with little contact from the press or his former colleagues. His legacy, once bright and full of potential, now stands as a bittersweet reminder of the pressures and pitfalls of fame. His death, which occurred without much fanfare, ended the life of a man whose contributions to television were significant, but whose personal battles left a more profound mark.
Or be sent to the Aleutians.
No, you can't do that. No, you don't, really.
Why not?
Bill Daly became widely recognized for his role as Major Roger Healy in the 1965 TV series I Dream of Jeannie. As the lovable yet bumbling sidekick to astronaut Major Nelson, Healy was both comedic and sincere, bringing charm and warmth to the show. His portrayal of a supportive, often clueless best friend, constantly caught in the magical chaos caused by Jeannie, earned him a lasting place in television history. His performance was a key ingredient in the show's success, balancing the surreal with grounded humor. After I Dream of Jeannie, Daly's career experienced several twists. He found steady work in television, appearing in shows like The Bob Newhart Show and Alf. However, his post-Jeannie years were not without personal and professional struggles. Despite his acting talents, Daly often found himself typecast, unable to shake the Major Roger Healy persona. His attempts to branch out into more diverse roles were often met with limited success, leaving him to wrestle with a sense of professional frustration. Beyond his career, Daly faced personal hardships that shadowed his public life. In the 1970s, he went through a difficult divorce, a period marked by media scrutiny. The split put a strain on his personal well-being, and reports of financial difficulties and emotional struggles began to surface. His attempts to rebuild his life were often overshadowed by the ghost of his earlier fame. In the later years, Daly mostly stepped out of the limelight, choosing to live a more private life. However, he occasionally made appearances at fan conventions and interviews, reflecting on his career with a sense of bittersweet nostalgia. His final years were marked by his health issues, and he passed away in 2018, largely out of public view. His death went largely unnoticed by the mainstream media, but it was a reminder of the quiet, uncelebrated lives led by former stars who once captured the public's heart. The tragic truth was that Daly's legacy, while significant in pop culture, remained somewhat tragic, a tale of success followed by struggle, often unseen by those who had once adored him.
Get lost.
I've got a little girl coming later, and we'd like to be alone.
Well, Roger, I got a lot of work. Hey, it's...
Philip Ober portrayed General Stone in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie. His character, a military officer, often found himself entangled in the comedic chaos of Jeannie's magical antics. Ober's authoritative presence lent a gravity to the show, contrasting with its light-hearted tone. Although Ober was well regarded for his work, his career faced significant challenges. He encountered periods of unemployment, which took a toll on his finances and well-being. This hardship spurred him to explore diverse roles beyond his military typecasting, allowing him to work in theater and other television shows. In his personal life, Ober faced tumult. He endured a tumultuous marriage to actress Margaret O'Brien, which ended in divorce. His later years saw him grappling with rare public scandals, including a notorious incident related to a failed production venture that tarnished his image. The last known information places Ober in the shadows of Hollywood, reflecting a quieter existence post-acting. His legacy lingers in the memories of classic television, though details of his life beyond that remain shrouded in mystery.
Feeling lucky again, Major?
No, are we? No.
No, not at all. Yeah?
Harold Gould played the role of General George Weathersby in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie. His character was known for his air of authority, embodying military decorum while frequently clashing with the show's whimsical elements. Gould brought depth to the general, portraying a figure caught between the mundane challenges of military life and the magical chaos surrounding the Jeannie. His performance added a layer of tension and intrigue to the series, with his character often grappling with the absurdity of situations while striving to maintain order and control. After I Dream of Jeannie, Harold Gould continued to build a rich acting career, appearing in various television shows and films. He was particularly recognized for his work on series like The Mary Tyler Moore Show and Rodu. However, life was not without challenges. Gould faced personal hardships, including the loss of his first wife, whom he married in 1945. This loss, fierce and haunting, impacted his later relationships and career choices. Public scrutiny occasionally clouded his reputation, particularly during rumors about his lifestyle and financial struggles that arose in the late 1970s and early 1980s. Despite these challenges, Gould persevered, demonstrating resilience both on and off the screen. Last known information about him reveals that he passed away in 2010, leaving behind a legacy of complex characters and a lasting impact on television history. His life, marked by both achievement and adversity, reflects a journey filled with the stark realities of fame.
Jeannie. Well, she could have used any last name. She's blonde and she was wearing kind of a pink...
Judy Carne gained fame for her role as the bubbly and enchanting Jeannie in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie. This playful character embodied a blend of seduction and whimsy, captivating viewers each week. Judy's performance was marked by a unique charm that made the character iconic, yet her own life was shadowed by a series of struggles. After I Dream of Jeannie ended, her career faced a steep decline. She battled addiction and personal demons that affected her work opportunities. Additionally, Carne was involved in a tumultuous marriage to actor and comedian Robert H. Bob Payne, which ended in divorce amidst public speculation regarding their relationship. The public's fascination with her persona clashed painfully with her reality, leading to periods of financial and emotional hardship. In her later years, Carne attempted to revive her career through stage work and writing, ultimately penning an autobiography. Her life concluded with silence, marked by a retreat from the public eye. Judy Carne passed away in 2015, leaving behind a legacy tinged with both light and shadow, where fame and inner turmoil coexisted without resolution.
That's a perfect checkout. Couldn't have handled better.
That's great, Major.
Ron Masak played the role of Joe in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie, contributing to the show's quirky charm. His character was memorable, but often overshadowed by the antics of Jeannie and her master, Major Nelson. After the show ended, Masak faced challenges in finding roles that matched the impact of his time on I Dream of Jeannie. His acting career continued with guest appearances on popular shows such as The Love Boat and Murder, She Wrote, demonstrating his versatility. However, Masak endured personal hardships, including the tragedy of losing loved ones and facing health issues, which often cast a shadow over his achievements. His work remained significant, but the pressures of maintaining a career in Hollywood brought moments of uncertainty. As of his last known information, Masak's legacy remains tied to both his television roles and his resilience through life's struggles. He continued to engage with fans, sharing stories, but kept some personal details guarded, leaving an air of mystery surrounding his later years.
Hey, no, Jeannie, no.
Barton McLean portrayed General Martin Peterson in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie, representing a military figure who frequently interacted with the show's central characters. McLean's performance often presented a commanding presence tinged with underlying tension, reflecting the complexities of a character straddling the line between authority and absurdity. Following I Dream of Jeannie, McLean's career continued with roles in various films and TV shows. However, the darker sides of his life emerged as well. He faced personal challenges, including struggles with alcoholism that affected his health and relationships. In the 1970s, McLean shifted his focus from acting to directing, but his battles behind the scenes loomed large. A notable scandal arose in the late 1960s, involving an affair that led to the dissolution of his first marriage, causing significant public scrutiny. McLean passed away in 1969, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances mixed with shadows from his personal life. The last known information about him highlights ongoing discussions of his impact in the entertainment industry, as well as the complexities surrounding his legacy, both celebrated and troubled.
Roger, this plane's going to the Vicentia International Airport. Now, you don't have to come. She's my Jeannie. Are you?
Woodrow Parfrey played Henry Tracy in the 1965 series I Dream of Jeannie. His character was a significant figure, often embroiled in the comedic dynamics involving the titular character and her master. Parfrey, known for his abilities in both comedy and drama, brought a distinct flair to the role, showcasing his versatility in performance. His collaboration with other actors on the show added depth, making Henry Tracy memorable to viewers. Following his tenure on I Dream of Jeannie, Parfrey's career included various guest spots on popular shows and roles in films, but his path was not without challenges. He struggled with personal demons, including bouts of depression that complicated his career trajectory. Notably, he faced public scrutiny during a scandal involving financial troubles, where questions arose about his spending habits. Parfrey's later years were marked by relative obscurity, with little known about his private life. He passed away in 2006, leaving behind a complex legacy marked by humor and hardship. No recent updates on his personal life have emerged since his passing.
Well, just turn the handle there. You'll
Watch very closely, Master.
Yeah, just not too fast.
Vinton Hayworth portrayed the role of General Winfield Schaefer in the 1965 TV series I Dream of Jeannie. His character often experienced comedic, yet frustrating dilemmas involving the eccentric antics of Jeannie, a powerful Jeannie. Hayworth's performance balanced a stern military attitude with moments of vulnerability, contributing to the show's humor. Following I Dream of Jeannie, Vinton's career continued in television and theater, appearing in series like The Dick Van Dyke Show and stage productions. However, his later life was marked by significant personal struggles. He was married multiple times, facing the grief of losing his first wife to illness. Additionally, Vinton battled alcoholism, a struggle that affected both his personal and professional life. His decline became apparent, leading to fewer roles and increased withdrawal from public life. The last known information indicates that Vinton Hayworth passed away in 1986, leaving behind a legacy both in the entertainment industry and in the shadows of his personal battles. Larry Hagman famously portrayed Major Anthony Nelson in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie. His character, an astronaut who discovers a magical genie, was charming and comedic, contrasting sharply with Hagman's own tumultuous life. After the show ended, he faced challenges that tested his resilience. His career continued with roles in various productions, but none matched the iconic status of Nelson. Dark times followed, including a battle with alcoholism that haunted him for years. Hagman was open about his struggles, discussing his time in treatment and the impact it had on his relationships. Noteworthy scandals included his complex connections with Hollywood elite and tensions that arose from working under the pressure of fame. In later years, Hagman staged a remarkable comeback with the role of J.R. Ewing on Dallas, but personal hardships persisted. He was diagnosed with liver cancer in 2011, leading to a liver transplant. The world last knew him for his honest discussions about life, health, and mortality before his death in 2012.
With a pair of old slippers? It goes terrible with your uniform.
Roger.
Well, I mean, I'm just...
Dabney Coleman played Captain Dan Yardley in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie. This role showcased his charm and comedic timing as he portrayed an Air Force officer caught up in the surreal world of a genie. His character often found himself balancing between the mundane authority of military life and the whimsical chaos introduced by Jeannie. Beyond his early success on the show, Coleman's career evolved through the 1970s and 1980s, where he became known for serious roles in films like Mistral's Daughter and comedies like 9 to 5, where he played the unscrupulous boss. However, Coleman's personal life had its shadows. In the early 1990s, he faced a highly publicized divorce from his first wife, which revealed the pressures of fame on family life. In addition to this, he battled depression, which he later spoke about candidly. As years passed, he worked sporadically, and updates on his recent life have become scarce. While he enjoyed a respected career, the darker undertones of personal struggles remind us that fame does not shield anyone from life's challenges.
Yeah, a little misunderstanding. He tried to sell you my house.
It's not your house, it's mine.
Ted Cassidy portrayed Habib in the 1965 series I Dream of Jeannie, leaving a lasting impression with his towering presence and deep voice. Habib was a supporting character, often caught in comedic misadventures involving Jeannie and her antics. Cassidy's performance brought a unique depth to the show, showcasing his ability to blend humor with subtle menace. After I Dream of Jeannie, Cassidy continued his acting career, but it was not without challenges. He faced personal hardships, including health battles that would ultimately take a toll on his life. Cassidy was also associated with the dark side of Hollywood, facing scrutiny for scandals that engulfed him during his later years. His struggles with depression became evident, painting a picture of an artist battling inner demons. Interestingly, his connection to the iconic character Lurch from the Addams Family became a defining aspect of his career. Tragically, Cassidy passed away in 1979 from heart complications. His legacy remains intriguing, filled with stories of both triumph and sorrow.
Well, so long as it worked out all right. Well, shall we get to work?
I'll leave the bone.
Paul Lynde portrayed the character of Alan Carr in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie, a role that showcased his unique comedic talent. Alan was a friend of Major Nelson, whose absurd love triangle with a genie added to the show's charm. Lynde brought his distinctive wit and high-energy performance to the character, leaving a memorable mark in the series' short run. However, this role was just a highlight in a complicated life and career filled with both triumph and turmoil. Lynde struggled with his sexuality during a time when being openly gay was stigmatized, which greatly affected his personal life. Multiple scandalous incidents, including his arrest for public intoxication, took a toll on his career, leading to limited roles in later years. He faced personal hardships, including battles with alcoholism, which overshadowed his professional success. In his later years, Lynde continued to work in entertainment, but faced declining health. After a series of strokes, Paul Lynde passed away in 1982. His life remains an intriguing blend of humor, struggle, and resilience, a testament to his complex existence in a world that often rejected him.
Gentlemen, I'd like to perform for you a rather spectacular trick I've been working on for some time. It's, as we call it in the trade.
Karen Sharp played the role of Melissa in the 1965 TV series I Dream of Jeannie. Her character brought complexity, being caught in the web between the wishes of a powerful genie and the whims of her commander. While her role was memorable, it came at a time when she faced significant challenges in her life. After I Dream of Jeannie, Sharp's career saw ups and downs. She struggled against typecasting and the pressures of Hollywood's beauty standards. Reports suggest she faced personal issues, including a difficult marriage to actor Don Murray, which ended in divorce, as well as financial struggles that led her to work unspecified jobs outside acting. Sharp became involved in various causes, reflecting her deeper interests beyond acting. She faced the loss of her mother, which deeply affected her. She attempted to return to television sporadically, but found consistent roles elusive. Later reports about Sharp grew scarce, with little public information available on her later years. The last known information indicates she is living a quieter life, away from the spotlight, with few updates to her legacy as an actress, and as a resilient individual in the face of adversity. Hayden Rourke portrayed Dr. Alfred Bellows in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie, a role that added depth to the quirky show. Bellows, an Air Force psychiatrist, was often portrayed as the only character aware of Jeannie's supernatural abilities, leading to his frequent encounters with the bizarre. Rourke's performance was marked by a blend of humor and frustration, showcasing his talent in a role that became iconic within the series. After I Dream of Jeannie concluded, Rourke remained active in television and film, but faced considerable challenges. He dealt with personal hardships, including struggles with depression and the weight of typecasting. He took on various roles, but often found them less satisfying than Bellows. In the 1970s, he faced a scandal when his health issues led to tabloid speculation about his lifestyle. This period marked a decline in his public visibility, and he withdrew from the limelight. Rourke passed away in 1989, leaving behind a legacy that invites contemplation of the pressures faced by actors caught in the web of fame. The last known information reveals that he spent his later years battling illness, while remaining largely out of the public eye. The enigma of his personal life contrasts sharply with the endearing character he brought to the screen.
Oh, perhaps it is someone for my poor old uncle.
As we wrap up our look at the 1965 series I Dream of Jeannie, it's clear this show holds a special place in television history. Barbara Eden's portrayal of Jeannie captured hearts with her charm and wit. The series ran for 5 seasons, immersing viewers in the fantastical world of a fairy tale, where a genie granted wishes and created mischief. While many cast members found new paths after the show, Eden herself dealt with challenges in her personal life, including struggles with Hollywood's typecasting. Bill Daly, who played Major Roger Healy, continued to entertain audiences while battling health issues in later years. The quirky humor and lightheartedness made it a staple for families, allowing viewers to escape reality. Did you watch I Dream of Jeannie during your childhood? What memories do you have of this iconic show? We'd love to hear your stories and experiences in the comments below.
There, please.
You know, sometimes I think you don't appreciate me.
Roger, please, go on. Will you just
All right,
get out
I'm going,
there?
all right? I'm going.